What's Podular? Welcome back, folks. Thank you for joining us once again. This is episode 94. It is Thursday, August 27th, and we're here for the second chapter of the Pacific Northwest Run recap. We're going to pick up right where we left off, get to the second half of this Kettle House Amphitheater show, then on to Bozeman, and on to STS9's first ever show in Spokane, Washington, with the help of some more boots on the ground commentary, a couple of STS9 related updates to bring home before then. But before we do that, bring in my co-host, Mr. Scotty Fuller. How we doing?
Man, doing good, brother. On a little bit of a late night record tonight. Pumped to be here, and obviously we're coming in here with a bit of a heavy heart. Hours off of the news that we lost an actual angel from this earth. So rest in peace, Dolly Parton. Before we get any further into it, God damn, man, that's just a person that it seems like everyone is feeling a little sad about today. What a fucking legacy.
Absolutely. Tell the people a little bit about what Dolly Parton's part in raising your child. Actually, a little bit, Scotty.
Oh
I
man,
love this.
so I'm sure it's gonna sound like a cliche by the time this episode comes out, because I shared this as soon as I found out, and it's a huge part of what she did. But the Imagination Library, I believe I saw a figure 360 million books distributed across America, Europe, the UK, Australia, what have you. But basically a no strings attached, free mail book for the first 5 years of your life. Once a month, she would curate these children's books. She has curated. It's still a thing. You can still sign any newborn up for it. And man, it's the best time of our month when that book comes in. Jay gets so excited. It's such a great array of books, and you don't have to do anything but have a pulse to get one. And man, I can't imagine what Jay's life would look like without that. Man, we've been exposed to some of our favorite books, so. If you know somebody that's about to have a kid, sign them up for it. It's a great gift, and we'll forever be indebted to Dolly for that with us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, and we've got some STS9 news too, some good STS9 news. So if we may pivot to the topic of this podcast, we've got a single announcement out of fucking left field. Let's go.
Well, is it here? I mean, I guess it is, because they haven't performed it. We haven't heard a lick of this other than a few of the preview clips that they put behind some Instagram reels and stuff like that, which have been really cool. I love the one with Hunter Brown talking about, sure, you can create something on your own, but creating something with a family is really special. And love those peeks behind the curtain a little bit. But give you guys a peek behind the curtain. By the time you're listening to this, it is probably available on all major streaming platforms. But we are recording this on Tuesday night, so we will not be able to recap this until next week's episode. But from the sounds of it, here, Scott, we've got our good friend Maureen Murphy on the track, and it sounds like it's going to be a really groovy R&B type track here. I'm liking what I'm hearing so far.
I mean, we know she has the chops for it. We know that there's a lot of R&B vibes in the Human Dream. I don't know if this is a Human Dream cut. You said not necessarily out of left field. I think you were alluding to that B-side project.
Yeah,
and maybe maybe this was kind of first off the boat when it came to Human Dream. But sounds, from the 30-second clip we've heard, very reminiscent of Reminisce.
Yes.
In that same vein. So yeah, we'll see. Like you said, by the time people are listening to this is going to be redundant. But yeah, pumped to hear the full version.
And in the last calendar year, I don't know if we've seen a 12-month stretch with more single releases than this
Mm-mm.
band
No way.
than we've had from this band, which is cool. They're pumping stuff out, they're sharing it, and we know some of the things that people have complained about with this band is that they sit on things for far too long, right? So it's really cool to see the confidence in being able to churn these out at the rate that they are, and just shows where they're at creatively and energetically as well, which is always good to see when your favorite band is the furthest thing from a nostalgia act at this point and continue to pump out new material. So I'm really excited to hear it, and we'll have more on it next week. But Scotty, let's get to business here. We've got a couple of guests here on the podcast, so why don't you do your thing and intro 'em?
Yes, sir. Joining us this week, we were lucky enough to find two sets of guests that did all 5 nights of this insane 19-hour trip. That was a couple weeks ago. And this week joining us, Jesse Strachan and Carolina Luviano. They are Portland natives right now, but originally from Detroit and Mexico, respectively. And they are here to close out the second half. If you guys listened last week, we did the first two shows and the right down the middle of Kettle House with Chris Rossborough, and they are joining us today to close it out. So thank you for joining us so late at night tonight, guys. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Nate and Study.
Absolutely. So before we get into it, guys, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where'd you grow up? What were your musical tastes as a youth, and kind of who introduced you to STS9?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So grew up in the outskirts of Detroit, suburbs, and then started going downtown when I was a teen and discovered the dubstep that came from Detroit, all the house music, and then eventually ended up my buddy's like, I think you'd like Lotus, and so I got introduced to Lotus, and I liked them from like 2012 to my like 2014, like 2 years. I went to Electric Forest to strictly see Lotus. I went to all these other festivals to see Lotus. And then finally, my one buddy was like, have you ever seen Tribe? And I was like, what's that? He's like, oh, it's Sound Tribe. I was like, is that really like, you're fucking with me? Like friends get together and just like make music? He's like, no, it's a band, dude. And so then he ended up taking me like they're like, oh no, man, we're all, like they're all Tribe kids and they're in Detroit still. They have giant meetups when Tribe goes through there, and they took me to a show and I was like fourth from the center at Electric Forest for like their two full set run of 2014. And then ever since then, I've been catching every show I can make it to pretty much.
Oh yeah,
That
I mean the go ahead, Scotty.
No, what I remember immediately about those shows is that's Alana's first Ramon, right?
Yep. Yeah, and so that was our preferred, like I think like one of her like second or third shows on the Ever With Them or something on the tour.
It,
I
it
didn't
Yeah.
hear
was
that until recently
it,
either.
first 10 for
Yeah.
sure. And they had a couple of festival stops before that. But yeah, it was definitely within the first 10 and well before their first proper two-set show was ever played. So that was very, very early in Alana's time.
Yeah, I those shows were massive. I was there as well in terms of just the history of the band and like from a scale side of things, like that Sherwood Court stage.
Oh yeah.
Um, I had heard that there were upwards of 20,000 people at both of those shows those nights. That was absolutely packed for those two shows, and it was awesome. We still had the pyramid going with Saxon and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Scotty first dance was in there too. First Surreality into Eve. A lot of firsts in there, so it was a very special weekend. And I mean, Michigan's the high five of America, and there's a great contingency of STS9 fans there. So I could see why it'd be real easy for you to get into them, especially with based off what you were interested in. And yeah, I mean the idea that the name of the band kind of does sound a little bit like a drum circle, right, Scotty? So
Well, that's what I mean. That's like kind of like what Electric Forest was in the beginning too, is like we got like the fallout of the jam band and the beginning of the all the techno takeover.
Sure.
It
mhm.
was like also what you said about the crowd is probably like that's probably the biggest crowd I've ever seen. Maybe Red Rocks. I don't know how much they even sit there. I did the run after COVID,
I mean, if it was 20,000, that's two times Red Rocks.
Yeah,
right.
Red Rocks is what, 9,000? So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean
but call it 10. It's like 95.7 or something like that.
yeah. Um, no, but that is a great way to get introduced. And I mean, you talk techno, and it's hard not to mention Detroit is the first place to go to within that sentence. Have you been to Movement before?
Oh yeah, that was I started going when I was like 13, and then
Yeah,
I went almost every year, and then that's the one I told her like I was like I don't listen to it too much, but I'd still go. I've seen Pretty Lights there the first time when I was like 13.
yeah,
He played his whole drum set and everything, and Dead
yeah.
Ma
I mean,
there, Dead Ma, whatever, however you want to say it.
yeah.
Oh
I mean, you cut your teeth on a world class electronic music
yeah,
event. So
oh yeah, no,
that
it
is
was a
great
lot
to
of fun.
hear. Yep. All right, Carolina, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm from Mexico and moved here in 2017 just for a teaching job. And I feel like I couldn't be more distance from the jam scene. Like,
Sure.
yeah,
I am fascinated at your journey specifically to STS9.
it has nothing to do with what I'm listening to now. Like it was back in Mexico, it was just cumbias and
Sure.
dancing. And I feel like accessing to music, it was because I want to dance, even from like
Yeah,
a very young age.
sure.
Um, and then I grew and I started to listen like salsa and bachata, and I even took classes and I was in competitions. But it was not until I met this guy over here. Like seriously, if when you meet him for the first time, the first thing that he talks about is sun dry, and I'm like, I was just like, okay, fine, whatever, whatever. And our first show was Spafford, then Lotus,
Oh yeah,
and then
love Spafford. Yep.
we love them.
It was our first show was two night run for Spafford on New Year's.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Wow. I
Hmm.
mean, dude, that's almost the way a first date with any of our type should
Yep.
be. Like let's just really rip the band-aid off because this is gonna be a thing.
Yep. I was like, she's either gonna like me or just completely be like, that kid's fucking crazy after the
Right. And either way, you're like, well, this is it. Like this, you're gonna be
Right.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, so Spafford, Lotus, STS9, you said in that order?
I think we have another one at the Gorge.
Mm.
Yeah, it was, what was it?
That's like
Um,
techno. Yeah, we like
yeah,
techno. Yeah.
yeah, but it was like 6 months after I mean, we started dating, and I was not prepared for it. And it's a shame because I didn't know how to appreciate the show. And I was in the very back. I was not really like prepared for any of that as I will be today. Like right now, I know what I like. I know that I want to be in
Mhm.
the front and see
Sure.
everyone. So like those kind of things I didn't know back then, which is it's just it was a good, amazing first show. And
So,
before
Yeah.
that, I was just like listening in Spotify, which is, like that's not
yeah.
really it. And I was not impressed. I was like, okay, I like this. A few songs. It's okay, but it's not that great until I saw them live, and I was like, what is this?
And for the people listening, I don't think we've said what your first show was yet.
No, it's the Equinox and Redmond, Oregon.
And
Yes. So
Yeah.
that
pretty
was
close to Ben there. Yeah, that
was that
was
the
last.
was that Eclipse?
No.
No.
No. This was last summer, right? Just pretty
Mm,
recently.
There you
Oh
go.
Yep.
yeah.
Before.
Mhm. Yep. How many shows have you seen since?
15.
Wow, look at that. Unreal. Well done, Jesse.
Yes. That's awesome.
He has created a monster.
Yeah, we even
Yes.
we flew out to the Atlanta ones, and I got jealous, so I flew out for the last day.
There you go.
She
Oh
flew
wow,
out she flew out
she's doing
solo
shows
without
without you
you?
already? Yeah, wow.
I was like, it's
Oh.
Lotus and STS9, our favorite bands. Like, I cannot miss this.
Love
Yeah,
it.
no, I agree. Soundtrap smoked Lotus in Atlanta, but
Yeah.
that's another topic for another day.
But I think a lot of people sharing that sentiment, like whether we were prepared or not, right, Carolina? Like, I think all of us would love to go back to our first show, our first couple of shows, and do it a little bit differently. So,
Yeah.
it's a learning experience for sure. Be a little bit more prepared if we were, but baptized by fire, 15 shows in your first year. That's impressive work. So nicely done. So, talk us through the 5-night run a little bit. I know you guys are talking here. We've got a furry friend with us, so she came along on the trip as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Liddy came. I'm holding her because she's injured, so she keeps itching her paw. And I want to have her off. She came on the trip to recuperate too, and then it still hasn't gotten healed. But yep. I don't know. It was awesome. I mean, how in depth do you want me to go? So I mean, I guess we started. Obviously, you talked about all the first few shows. So
yeah,
So you live in Portland. So what's the ride from there to Bend to the start of it?
3.5 hours.
Okay, so total all in the weekend, you're like 22, 23 hours.
I was probably more than like it was
3.5.
Yeah, it was like 3.5,
6.5.
6.5,
7.5.
7.5.
3
It's 3.5,
and 5.
or 5.5, and then back home was 7.5.
I didn't even think about back home. I was like, you gotta fucking
Spokane
get
back to
home.
Portland. Yeah, that's
7 hours or so. Yeah.
We didn't do the math when we decided to do the run.
I didn't look up a single thing. I just said, I'm going to do it. Buy the tickets, Carolina, and we'll figure it out.
There we go. Love that. Love that attitude. Well, yeah, like you said, we've been through the first couple of days here with our friend Chris, but I'd love to get your guys' impressions on the venue as well at Kettle House, because he had great things to say. What we've seen in pictures, it looks incredible. So tell us a little bit about your experience.
Incredible.
Yeah, that place
Sounds
is
good.
We were just walking like on the street, and as soon as we go out of the car, it's like the sound you can hear, like the echo of the music, like just like everywhere. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I've been to a festival when I moved out here, like right around that area, and I was telling her it was like awesome with like cliffs in the background and everything, and yeah, there's like I guess like rolling stone mountain hills. I guess not really like cliffs or mountains, but I feel like that had a lot to do with the sound, and also just the backdrop scenery is awesome. But I think that was my favorite like full on performance that they did. It sounded really good. The theater looked awesome. It was really nice. It looked new and built. Everything was like streamlined there. Like you didn't have to wait in line for anything. They had food. It was that place is awesome. And they started. I was waiting for them to play Sky High, and I was like, they're gonna play Sky High in Montana. And I was like,
yeah.
I just really feeling that song right now. I just really like it. I like the psychedelic part of it, and they opened up with it, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be an awesome set.
From the
Of course
get-go,
they were gonna
sure.
fucking play Sky High. Why didn't I think of that?
We talked about that last week, Scotty, right? So
yeah, no, but I like
starting
no,
Sky High and then getting low and then STS9,
it didn't.
right?
It didn't like sink in. It didn't like sink in with me like that. Like specifically, I'm talking about when we're making our predictions. I like that. On a sharper night, I would have fucking thought about.
Well, Scotty, Sky High is not on the board quite yet for making predictions, since it's a Human Dream song. So I would not allow that.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair.
Let's talk through the show, guys. You guys had mentioned that this song was on your list of must listens as well. So we're gonna start things off, picking up where we left off last week with our first clip here.
Hell yeah, Hunter.
There you have it. Your quarterly dose of 2026 Jabez. I mean, called this one, Scotty. Just knew it. Just felt it.
You did. You,
Um,
you did. Um,
what a year for this song, honestly.
yeah, yeah. You took the words directly out of my mouth. This one keeps multiplying. Um, it's like an uncurable disease. Like I,
We
I,
gotta stop the spread. Yeah.
I, I, I mean, dude, I'm gonna go on a limb here without being able to recall a bunch of specific Jabezes in the moment and say that is the most Type 2 Jabez I've ever heard in my life. At no point in that clip could you tell that that was the song that we were listening to.
I will come back with I think that this one held held more elements of Jabez than the one that we saw in um Charleston and the one that we saw
Fort
in
Collins.
Fort Collins with
Interesting.
Phipps kind of keeping that like portion in it towards the end a little bit, which I love. That I think that is the best part of Jabez is that line right there. Obviously the composed part in the beginning with the beautiful Phipps parts with the piano and everything like that is great. And like, I mean, just like the other two, you see like that key change, right? Right as soon as they get the end of that, that just is the launching point into this drum and bass jam that we've seen this year. Um, this one is the shortest of the three that we've seen. The one from Charleston is
Wow.
just a few seconds longer, and then the one in Fort Collins is up at 15 minutes. But I really like the punch that this one packs.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, like these are just like, man, if you're catching one of these this year, you're a lucky duck. So, I mean, Carolina and Jesse, you two are very lucky to have caught this year. Scotty's caught one.
First
I still haven't
time.
yet.
I was gonna ask how many of these have y'all caught this year? Were y'all in Colorado at the beginning of the year?
No,
Nope.
no. For me, that
Okay.
was the first time that I.
Yeah, I don't know when that one came out. We actually like and we are at the concert. I was like, "What song is this?" And she's like, "I don't know." And we looked it
The
up,
first time.
and she's like, "I don't know, Jabez." And I was like, "Debbie's." And I was like, "I've seen it, but I've never heard anybody say it, and I've listened to it, but yeah, I don't know if I've actually seen it live though."
No, I mean you guys are
Jabez.
doing better than I as. You guys are doing better than I do. I thought for the longest time it was a soft J. It was Yabez for some reason.
Oh yeah.
And I've told this story before, but I like had to confirm with Zach after one of the shows. I was like, "So it's Yabez, right?" He's like, "Why would it be Yabez?" And I'm like, "Well, like, it has. I know it has something to do with like Mayan history or something like that." And he's like, "Well, then wouldn't it be Hebez?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's Hebez." Then he goes, "Yo, Hunter, we're changing it to Hebez." And he goes, "Right on, right?" So it's a tough one, but yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on this jam?
Well, I feel like it was just crazy how, you know, the whole journey from how it
Yep,
starts, and then it's just
Uh-huh.
yep,
little by little, it's just like building and building and building. It's like at the end, it's like, how did I get here?
Right.
yep,
Right.
exactly, yep. Yeah,
Um,
just Hunter Brown, absolute rocket fuel here, man.
And Hunter, even before the rocket fuel gets injected, he is the through line to this entire thing. He's the consistency. He's the thing you notice over that drum and bass in the beginning, and
hmm
it's like he goes transformer mode.
hmm
As this whole thing grows, he stays more centered on it than than anyone else to me.
Yeah, dude, he definitely is on his Optimus Prime ship at the end of this for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, really hoping that the shows I'm hitting in Q4 are the ones that we're gonna
Yeah.
get that for Jabez. I
Get you
mean,
that
like,
dose of Jabez.
yeah, I really need it.
So
But
to refresh everybody, because we are jumping back in. Right now we're Sky High, Low Swagga, STS9, Menacer, Better Day, and then that Jabez that you heard.
mhm.
not too shabby. What's it feeling like at this point inside of the venue, guys?
Well, I,
Um, I guess at this point I was waiting for them to have a set break. I didn't look like I said I didn't look nothing up, so I was still planning
Ah,
on 2 sets.
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're gonna do a set break, like it's a slower song. They're calming the crowd down. Like there's still like the build up, but it's not as loud as the other songs were, and it's not as
Yeah.
like as high
Dude,
energy where you let a crowd out like that, and then dumb shit happens. But it's I feel like they've learned that with technos, you kind of have to like bring down the crowd at the end. So I thought, yeah, I was like, I was waiting for a bathroom break after that, not because of the song choice, but just because it was like sixth song in.
And
And
you did not get one.
nope,
yeah.
no,
A little bit of a power down for sure from those first five songs. Absolutely. Those first five songs are just
oh yeah,
all
no, they
gas, no brakes. Yeah.
they came on strong, and then.
Mhm.
And then I like that though. I like the still like a build up, but a slower or like I don't know, it feels not as like loud or as I guess intense would be more of the noise is like the intense build up. It's still a build up of its own, but
Yep.
it's not.
Gives
Uh,
you a second to breathe here for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Well,
oh yeah. No, I love it though. It makes you feel like it gives you like a breather, like fresh air. I feel like is like when that kind of music comes by, is that's what it feels like.
hmm oh yeah. Well, we don't get a whole lot of room to breathe on this show here as we're jumping right back into clips. We got a short clip, and we have quite a few short clips here today. It's gonna be a little bit different. Where less of the longer length clips and more just kind of tidbits here, which is exciting. But let's get into this one.
God, this song is so fucking good.
All
Man,
right.
that song is fucking cool.
Again, shorter clip, but like what they are bringing in there. Hunter Brown just chilled out on that. I don't know if I've heard like as like Zen guitar playing on a Feel It yet as we did right there.
Well, it feels really interesting, right? Because the and I just looked this up as we were listening to it. The longest one was the first one at Rave Spell, clocking in 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Um, and then it's ranged anywhere from 8 minutes to like 4 minutes on the dot. But the way it's used in the set is more of kind of an interlude. Just like a nice little funk pocket in between something else. And while I love it in that form, I think my biggest gripe with this song is I wish that it was always fucking 10 minutes long. I mean, this thing pops a fucking dance floor, dude.
Yeah.
Um, like hanging off railings, feral animal behavior. This is one of those.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Yeah. It
and
gives you a little bit of motion for sure. Yeah.
yeah. But the reason I bring it up as kind of the way they do use it with the interlude is because in these one set shows that we've been seeing more of in the last couple of years, we've talked about the band kind of finding these pockets to breathe a little bit. And I guess this is kind of what they did here. I mean, this is still pretty fucking high energy, as is the family affair after it. But to me, on paper, that's where the break kind of lands. Did that feel consistent? You're nodding, Carolina. Does that
Oh
feel?
yeah. I
Yeah.
think I went to the bathroom when I was like, oh, they're not gonna at least play a crazy fast song for like a couple minutes. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Sure. That. Yeah. And yeah. I think we're gonna get to this at the end, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, do do you need the family affair interlude right after, or do you put another 2 minutes on this, feel it, and then find another kind of space to breathe? Because there's a lot of songs that were played in this show.
Yeah.
Um, and ultimately, I think had we cut a few, and thicken them up, I think we have a set pretty similar in quality to that Sweetwater show a couple years ago.
Yeah, no, it's different, right? Because we got what, bro, 14 song? Yeah, 14 songs at that show at Sweetwater. Same amount of time here, pretty much. This show might be a little bit longer. But I mean, it's tough to cut something like this because it's just like it's so well executed. And I think it's
Yeah.
just a great example of like what they can accomplish in a shorter period of time where it works, right? Where I think the flow is nice, and I think in like both of these shows, they've had to find kind of that reset. I would say probably like after that move, my peeps, in Atlanta at Sweetwater, and then here, kind of hitting this family affair interlude, which is what we started the show with. Um, which we haven't heard. This is only the second time we've heard this updated Family Affair interlude. The only other time we've heard it was at Bonnaroo a few years ago at the Sunrise set that we saw. So I love how this sounds. It's got Jesse, you brought it up earlier. It's got a little bit of kind of a dead mousey feel to it. Um, and like leading into when the dust settles, I mean, like it's a match made in heaven. How'd you guys feel about it?
All right, well, love anything that leads into when the dust settles.
Yeah.
Start hearing that, you're just like, yes.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
my
Yeah.
opinion,
And didn't they do it like interlude first and then family affair at some point?
So it was just the family affair interlude into Dust. They might have been going back and forth. Pretty it so is it, were you saying, Nate, that that's the only other time they've done it mid set was at Bonnaroo?
Well, like mid set and then like the like updated like electronic spin on
Sure.
it. Yeah,
Sure.
like we
Because
heard
that's
here.
that's that's
Because
the other cool
they've
thing
still
is
used the family affair like regular, I would say that they've done for longer, but like this is only the second time we saw this like updated interlude,
hmm
if that makes sense. But um into when the dust settles, I'm sure this is probably since you started on Spotify, Carolina, probably one of the first ones you heard as well. So I'm sure it's got a special place in your heart, as it does with me and Scotty, because right when we started seeing them, this is where this song started popping up. Um, this one. has a lot of extra beef added to it. It seemed bigger than other versions I've heard. Did it feel that way at the show?
Oh yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
version was. I was just listening to it on the way home from work, and I was like, I think that one of my favorite songs from this set. I mean, I wanted to hear Sky High, but I feel like my favorite version was probably this version of that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it felt. I feel like I don't know, was it longer than normal too? It felt a little bit longer.
No, it
Here it
just
felt like.
about 8 minutes. I think they just like added like more layers and textures to it, it seemed like. And
Yeah,
What
it seemed like a little bit more.
yeah, yeah.
and
No,
that's my favorite. That's my favorite part about being at an STS9 show is being positive that what you just heard was a 16-minute jam and getting home, and you're like 7 minutes. What?
Yep. I was like, I thought a family affair was part of it now.
Yeah.
yeah. We love to see that every time
Yeah,
around
it
for
sounds
sure.
like they blend perfectly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, Man, and then we get back into some Human Dream stuff. I mean, this Life's a Symphony and Unity, it's all right. Like coming out of When the Dust Settles, you talk about high energy and just like peaks and like big moments in production as well with like the lighting and the lasers. I mean, When the Dust Settles is probably one of the, I would say, top five production moment songs that this band has. And
Oh, I would say
Yeah.
I would say number one.
yeah,
I think.
Sometimes, sometimes
Go
for like
ahead.
a small periods of time, I regret being in the front because I'm never able to see the lights or
Can't
see
see
Yeah.
the.
right.
Yep. You
Never
you
seen
you get.
the. I would say I've never seen the lights until Atlanta. We sat in the top row in the back for like the
Oh
last
yeah.
few songs, and I was like, I never even knew Soundtrap had lights. Like I never, I knew there's lasers above my heads, but man,
Right.
the show they had in Atlanta was pretty cool. I was
And,
like,
Yeah.
and I'm quite the opposite. I'm a balcony snob through and through. I got a lot of friends down there in the pit, and I'll see them after the show. I like my view. But man, you know then we get into that Life's a Symphony, and the energy just keeps going. We see what seems to be working its way into a regular song in Keep Dub.
Yeah.
And then
I think it's at this point they're definitely most played, at least from the second rave spell for sure. Even though we heard it at the first rave spell show. And it's been cool to see Zach posting videos of this one on his story. And I could have guessed this. He's like, this is currently my favorite song to play because I've talked about it. That
yo,
drum breakdown, yeah, the drum breakdown we get towards kind of the middle end of this is just something really special. And he is crazy to watch when this is happening. The hair, now the blonde hair is flipping everywhere. Like
man, we didn't even talk about it yet, but we should probably give it a little bit more time next episode. But also a golf brand now
yeah.
out of Zach Velmer, very cool shit. That he's doing. We can kind of dive
he's
into
doing
that a little
golf.
bit more.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I had no idea. I was gonna say I don't follow anyone on Instagram. I was like, I want to follow him because usually artists don't post anything, but
Oh
if he,
yeah, no. Well, I mean, they were that for the longest time. And whoever they started working with on the social media side of things around the Human Dream time last year really got them out of their shell. And now they're really fun follows. But yeah, Zach's a huge golfer, and kind of soft launched a golfing apparel brand this
that's
week. I
awesome.
don't have the name of it in front of me. Maybe Nate pulled it up, but
Yeah, who knows? We might have more on this in a later episode, so we'll leave it at that at this point.
cool.
But then we get into our second of three soul slaps on this 5 night run, which is probably the biggest gripe of a lot of people that have hit all 5 nights of this is hearing one song 3 times and. Not sure the last time that we've seen that. You might have to go back to the Low Swagga days for that. But again, it's good to hear them getting comfortable with it with the new section of the Axel F in the middle of it and everything. And it's sounding better each time. But man, I mean, Beat Goes On remix after this. I mean, we are getting quite a bit of rave spot material here, and I'm sure that's making for a good dance party here.
Oh yeah, no, the floor was going off at that point. I remember being like, "Oh, I bet everybody behind me is going crazy." And look behind me, I was like, "Oh yeah, everybody's going crazy."
Is it the one that was like shaking?
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. At some
Yeah.
point, yeah, like the front thing. I don't know if it started like just moving forward and dropping or shaking, but
But like underneath you, like all the sound, like the bass will make it like vibrate. So that was like
Ooh,
so cool. It was like an extra added thing to,
yes.
you know.
We love that. When you can feel Alana in your boots and your knees. That
Yeah.
is that's why we call it boots on the ground here. Yeah.
There's an Alana in my boot.
I love that. You're right, Alana on the bottom of your shoe instead of Andy. That'd be good. Oh man. We might have found something there, Scotty. But yeah, we move along here to our next clip, and another fun segue in a week full of fun transitions here. Wow. Zach fucking Velmer, the human goddamn metronome here. My God.
I love that that Zach is what you walk away from there because man, I cannot. Phipps, dude, that tone on that modular is spellbinding.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
is it's hypnotic. It's like the most beautiful sound I've ever heard. And I the the I love those transitions that it particularly the way that we do them on this podcast, where a lot of times I come in blind to what we're listening to, and I'm watching the little thing get to the end of the song, and I'm like, how is this gonna be Love Don't Terrorize? And all the way through to the end and the beginning of what's labeled as Love Don't Terrorize, man, the mystery is still so present. And
Yep.
then it happens and you're like, ah, it's like a
Hmm.
pressure valve opens up.
Hmm.
Man, dude, that might be my favorite transition of the entire year. I cannot say enough nice things about the simple beauty of Phipps in that modular tone right there.
Yep. Yeah, and this was actually second time we've seen it this year. We did see it at the Eastern at that show that you flew out for, Jesse, the second night of the Atlanta run, to cap off the second set. But it was not executed quite at that level, and we didn't see Sun, Moon, and Stars, the elements of it, that modular line, stay in as long as they did on this intro to Love Don't Terrorize. Um, I find myself, Carolina, thinking that this would be a good song to salsa dance to. You being a salsa dancer, right? Like, tell us what might be the
That's where I get
best.
my like power moves
Yep,
from all
exactly.
the salsa.
What do you think is the most salsa friendly STS9 song?
I don't know. I do know that I really want to like dance like salsa. It started one for some reason, but I also want to exercise with it.
And
Love it.
that's God, that's such a great answer. I am I'm so what is your favorite STS9 song right now, Carolina?
Like 50 of them.
Okay. What was
It's a
your
50 of
tough
them.
question.
did you have an aha moment? Like was there a moment within your first show where you were like, "Oh fuck, here we go."
I mean, yes, but I didn't know like the name of the songs at a time.
Okay.
So
Sure.
it was like impossible for me to recognize it was this song or this other song. So
Hmm.
that's unfortunate.
That's a lot of people are like that. I mean, me and Nate both know people that are 60, 70, 80 songs deep that still have a really hard time pinning individual songs. I was just curious because that's usually a question that I ask earlier. What about you, Jesse? Did you have an aha moment in terms of a song?
Yeah, like I said, I was in the Lotus at first, and it was really hard for me to actually like I liked going to Tribe and the whole scene, but to actually like have them as like I'm gonna put them on all the time. And then I listened to Empire Strikes Back or Inspire Strikes Back.
Inspire Strikes Back. Hmm.
Yeah, it's like I was like I knew I said that wrong. Sorry, it was a long day at work. Five or five my time, and but yeah, Inspire, and then I can't remember. I think the tw or is it? I know 2112 is the other song, or what's the
2012, yeah.
2012?
yeah,
Yeah.
2012. I know, yeah, 2112 is the other band song. Oh yeah, 2012. And then there's one other one I can't remember right off the top of my head, but those are
Yeah.
the three that I put on all the time that were like, especially Inspire is the one that I heard that first time, and I was like, damn. I was like, this
Yeah.
is the song that I heard that I was like, oh yeah, I really like them, but I haven't found that song yet.
Right. Couple of nut grabbers there. So that tracks for sure. But this rounds out this very lengthy set here with this section. And then we get into a really interesting encore here with Shaky Ground. And some people might be rolling their eyes getting a Shaky Ground as an encore. But then we get the brace yourself, Jason section. And guys, I mean, can we come to the realization that this should just be a part of the song the same way that they've taken La Axel and put it in the middle of Soul Slap? This should be an every time occurrence now.
Uh,
I think it's
Isn't
a
it
really nice
more
like break between like because Shaking Ground is a very intense song and you cannot be just like calm and listen to it. So brace yourself is something like okay, a little break.
Yep.
You feel like it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think Shaky Ground as a song has a lot of texture to me. And I think that would be how I'm basically saying exactly what Caroline is just saying is like at its highest like peak, it's just like 10 minutes of go 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 go
Go,
go go
go, go.
go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it especially to close out a as an encore. I don't think that that's where we're at most shows at the encore.
Hmm.
And so I agree. If that's what we're gonna do, and if this song is gonna often than not find its way at the as closing a second set or opening an encore, I think yeah, leave the brace yourself, Jason. It makes it a more interesting song.
Yep. Provides a little bit of structure, like a B A kind
Yeah,
of thing going on.
And
But
then I would say instead of hammering it out at the end.
yes,
yeah.
So
exactly. Um, and then, man, you thought you were done with that, and then they leave you with a an open E to finish things off, which is nice little cherry on top of this encore. I think, Scotty, good redemption from where we started this one. So had to have your head spinning a little bit leaving the venue here, huh?
yeah, no, I was definitely sad that one was over.
Yep.
I feel like two sets would have been more music, and I was like, damn, do I wish I had two sets? But
I
there
don't
was
know if it would have.
I don't
Yeah.
agree. I don't agree.
really.
I was about to ask you guys' opinion with that one setter after your first two nights being two sets. How did you feel about that format? And would you like to see more of it, or do you prefer the two set form?
I like the two set form in
Okay.
my opinion.
Yeah,
I feel like even though there were like plenty of songs, I feel like, oh, that's all.
Yeah.
It's like that's it.
All right. Well,
But
we
you're
get
probably
on
hitting
the
because we are used to that format to have that one.
Yeah.
yes. It's what you're
And
comfortable with. Yeah.
we've been seeing it a lot more often lately. Yeah, they did. I was seeing if they love closing those those one setters off with that shaky ground open E. They did that in DC too. They did the world go round after that too.
And
Um,
we saw Open E finished up that Sweetwater set as well. No, wait, I'm looking
yes.
at the wrong. No, they finished with
Oh,
Grow on that set.
yeah.
Yes. So that's a little
and
bit different,
they
but
did Shaky Ground ending in LA when we went too. I think I remember that's like the same kind of thing, like Zach like hyping up the crowd right at the end, and then going into
mhm.
something a little bit slower, and then maybe another partial song, and then done at the wherever it was the two-night run in LA.
Yep.
I think he did that there.
For the album drop, I believe you're right.
That was the Artifact Human Dream celebration, one of them. And the looks like no, I'm not sure
It
if we
uh it,
got
it
Shaky
wasn't
Ground
it
to
wasn't the
open, but
encore, but you're right. It was the second to last song in the
yep.
second.
Yep, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, big bass and shaky ground globally to
Mhm.
end things out. So sneaking that in there. But um yeah, now we get to Bozeman, sort of back to civilization from being up in the mountains. And you guys had talked to us about it via text before we got into it, but like we were looking at this venue. It looked like a really cool place, and you guys had the same thing to say that this was probably your favorite indoor place that you saw 'em on this run. So talk to us a little bit about the Elm.
I mean the atmosphere is awesome. It feels like you're in like an architect's like
Yes.
brand new architectural house, and like
Hmm.
tallest ceilings I've ever seen. Everything looks brand new and fancy and nice. It felt awesome, and the acoustics were awesome. It didn't feel like the walls were hollow or that everything's like echoing or bouncing off of them and like a I don't know like they're steel or something.
Yep.
But I don't know, it felt awesome. The security was cool too. I feel like Sound Tribe always picks a place that doesn't have shitty security.
So
More times than not, I've had a few, but
Had your fair share.
I
You've had your
I've,
fair share of shakedowns, huh, Scotty? Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, I seen someone get kicked out of the Vegas run that they did and for like smoking weed, and the guy's like, "What?"
I got kicked out. I got kicked out. I got kicked out in Chicago one time.
Yeah. Well, you might have deserved it that time.
Oh, I
Who knows?
fucking certainly deserved it. I apologize to any Aragon security that had to deal with me that night. I was a goddamn problem.
That place fucking sucks, so it's fine. But no, like you said, like you had it spot on, and like it looks like a house, like from the
Yeah.
outside of it. And taking a look, it was open post-COVID, so really recent. We're in the first 5 years of this venue. It's opened in September of 2021. So I'm sure it sounded fucking awesome, this venue, and it looked really well attended as well. It looked like they filled this out pretty well, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how it
Yep.
looked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember like talking with the people in front, and we're like, wonder if what they're gonna fill out tonight, because it's like, it's pretty far away from all the other towns for people to commute to it. And yeah, I looked behind us and the whole place looked packed. So yeah,
Yep.
definitely filled it out.
Yeah, they've had a pretty nice history in Bozeman, actually. So I'm sure they've got a nice contingent of fans, but anybody making it out this final weekend, I know the um, conditions with the fires and everything like that were really tough in some of these areas. So it's really good to hear that all these shows were well attended. Um, so yeah, we start out with a little bit of Chromolite here on this set, but before we do that, we get it's not listed here, but a common descent interlude cut off of Universe Inside here, which is rarely seen, which is always good to see. I think this is the first common descent into Searchlight that we've heard. So really cool to see them playing around with different things like that. But let's bring it to our first clip. We don't have to go too far into this show to get into another great Anderson.
that one's high on the salsa list for me too. I gotta imagine.
I was thinking that too. It's like, I could probably dance that.
Uh, Nate, Nate, did you remember the other one? I saw you saw
Yes.
that is unbelievable.
I had a feeling that it was 2016 and it was this show that started with that Havana Ramon
Yep.
Tooth Ramon. And I was just like, man, they're going crazy. Like, I was thinking back to like, it gives me 2016 vibes. Like,
I think that was one of the first songs that someone like showed me when they're like, "Have you heard a sound that at Electric Forest?" I think was for your
With
Puma.
Puma.
It
yeah,
was around that time.
yes, yes. Um, and like I just had a feeling, and like I went back and I was like, let's take a look at this show. And sure enough, only the second time this has ever happened. The other time was at the Fillmore in Denver, first night of this New Year's run, December 29th, 2016. So the first time we've seen this in close to 6 years. Sorry, close to 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
My first time.
um, yes. Fuck. Again, it's for me, Scotty. It's Zach Velmer. Like it's the drums that make this happen, man. Like I don't know. You see it on paper. You're like you don't say into For Your Puma.
Yep.
Obviously, we're seeing a lot of you don't say um into March. Typically, is what we see, right? Which that makes
Right.
a lot of sense with the drum beat. But like, how do we go from you don't say, which is like this like pulsing, driving electronic rock song into an absolute like funk dance party here. And like
Yeah.
I'm like hearing it back, I'm sure still not sure how he's pulling this off. Like
Uh, it like yeah, man. I mean, it just sometimes it doesn't make sense until that's why we go to these shows. It's like they say that's why they play the games, right?
mm,
You can't picture it on paper, but there is something like I said about Hunter being the through line to that first clip that we listened to. Undeniably, it is Zach on this one.
yeah.
You make the comparison of Zach kind of being riding the horse into battle, and that is they are bravely marching behind him for this seg, and Zach just makes it make sense at the end of the day.
And what he allows is the opportunity for because for tone, right? With Phipps and Hunter on these songs are so different between You Don't Say and For Your Puma. He gives them the opportunity to switch things up
Yeah,
and go from like huge big room synth into like organ piano sound and then like Hunter from that like super flanged reverb off You Don't Say into like funk guitar here. It's mind blowing, right? And he's fucking tempo god for a reason, dude. It's insane. But yeah, we get into this Puma. Great version here. Really fun stuff from Phipps in the back end of this. And then another fun segue here. Good two punch. Strange Games into Mere Soul. Yeah, I don't know if we've seen that yet here, Scotty. Have we?
doesn't feel familiar. Back in Mere Souls don't feel familiar. Usually those are opening up the seg.
Yes. Yeah, this is the first time they've done that. Yes. And Mere Soul, like you said, it's not a whole lot of songs that are being played into it. They've only done Strange Games and F Word into Mere Soul. So, really new stuff that they're playing around with this as well. So, um, yeah, I mean, this Mere Soul here too, guys, Jesse and Carolina, really, really dancey at the end of it too.
Oh,
Um,
I thought you were gonna play a part, but oh yeah, no.
No,
I was like,
no
it's
clip
Like,
this time around, but yeah.
That's hilarious. And
I feel like I've only heard it a few times, but yeah, this was definitely like, oh, I love this set the most until the Spokane set happened. I feel
Yeah.
like that one was better, but
I agree. I think I would Spokane one in this too from the weekend.
yeah,
Um, then you get in this Dream State Patrol, our second Chromalight song of the set. Searchlight's
Yeah,
such a good opening song. I know I'm
it
going
is.
backwards, but that just I'm glad to see Chromalight being brought back to the party a little bit more.
Yes, absolutely. It's helping kind of dilute some of the human dream stuff for sure, which makes it that much more impactful. Although this one, Dream State Patrol is one I liked out of the gates. I think it's one that needs to go back to the drawing board, similar to how we've done with the song Human Dream here. I don't know if this one is going many places. I think they need to find it with this song and kind of refine it a little bit, and understand what the direction of this song is here. It's not doing a whole lot for me right now. I think this is one within this first set that we could take off that would just make this set better, but it'd be a little
Oh,
bit
I
of
totally
addition by
agree.
subtraction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Stolen to Poseidon. I'd say
yes,
Mirror Stolen
Poseidon
to Poseidon.
next. Yeah,
It's
Mirror
that-
Soul into exactly right. If you're getting that 1-2 punch, Jesse, you're thinking exactly how we are. Um, fuck, man, Mirror Soul back to back with Poseidon would be insane. And I know this is your favorite one that you had heard, Jesse. This is one that's on the cutting room
Oh
floor.
yeah.
Talk to us about this one.
I mean, I listen to usually when I go snowboarding and I got like a long like run in front of me, I put on like either Poseidon or Inspire
Yep.
or another one of the like famous ones that are usually long and jammy. And yeah,
Mhm.
Poseidon's been one of the ones where I figured out like maybe only like 4 years ago or something. I was like, wow, I really like this one actually. And now I've been listening to like every single one I can hear on the band or yeah the Bandcamp and yeah, this one was just amazing. It was like really psychedelic at some points,
Yep.
had a lot of background, like kind of like the creepy, eerie stuff. And then like right, I feel like they're gonna get into it. They just did a little bit more of the creepy, eerie stuff, and then went
Hmm.
right back into the jam. Was it like three-fourths way through the song they started jamming back up, and I don't know. I just it was awesome. That was one of my favorite ones that I've heard. Definitely the top one that I can think of right now, or that I've been listening to at all.
Man,
Yeah.
but I'm not a big snowboarder or skier because my knees are made of paper mache. But I that Poseidon would be a great song to have a nice long run down a
Battle.
mountain
That's what
to.
it
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's what. And the first time she heard it, she's like, "Are we going to like fight someone right now?" And I was like that's how I feel when I'm like dropping in the backcountry. Like I put this song on and I just like tune in and I'm just like, oh yeah, it just makes sense doing like the adrenaline, I guess stuff. Like it pumps you up, I feel like.
Yeah, it is a ready for battle song for sure. 100%. You get to that dun, 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 when it comes back. Yeah. I'm like ready to hold the spear up. I feel like a fucking Spartan warrior or something. And dude, it's good to see Poseidon pop back up the way it has this year because I think we saw a little bit of a departure from it. I mean, this is the uh, fourth one that we've seen this year. And we haven't seen this song four times in a full year since 2024. And then before that, even less. I mean, this was a big middle of the 20 aughts song, right?
Yeah.
2015, 16, 17. You're hearing a ton of it, right? So to hear them pick it back up in the way that they've done it, huge one in Charleston, huge one in the Pittsburgh area. The one from Aspen is massive. All of them have been huge. So it's good to see this a resurgence of this song for sure. And then, man, we're not done. I would have figured after that song, after that Poseidon, that we're wrapping up the set here, but
Yeah.
we get the second Grizzly of 2026 as well. Um, I don't know, Scotty. Like I feel like you never know what you got till it's gone sometimes. And I feel like we like Grizzly is a song that I underappreciated for a long time. And it's just one of those where like every time you listen to it, you're like, wow. And like you just like the fact that this came from the song 2 Weeks by Grizzly Bear and like what they did with it, like and like the depth of it and the sections that they've added and like the melodies that they find it's just really cool to hear him pull it off at this point. I'm in my grateful for Grizzly era at this point.
If you had told me that 2019 Nate would be talking like this, I would have made sure to record you as you fucking made fun of me for fucking liking Grizzly. I I agree with you. However, um, and I've said this to you before with dance to a much lesser degree, but that 2015 dance, the debut of G Funk, it kind of fucked dances up for me for a little while, where they would start playing dance, or I would hear another dance, and I would just kind of want to go listen to the Run from Red Rocks 2015. After hearing what Grizzly can be at Mishawaka 2023.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I don't understand why not.
Yeah.
Like you can't give me one 15-minute like mothership of a grizzly, dude. The
Yeah.
meanest grizzly bear you've ever seen in your fucking life. And then
It's
like after that, I'm like, let's fuck around. Let's explore this more. Because outside of that version, while it's a beautiful song, it's always kind of the same song.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then, like with some of these songs, I just like find solace in the composed sections
Sure.
sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
and I go through those stages with different songs where I'm like, wow, I've been overlooking this, and this it's just speaking to me right now because, like, yeah, 2019 Nate saw this song one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 times in 2019 for sure, which has got to lead the way for a year that we're hearing the song maybe outside of 2013 when they were playing it a ton.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, so I mean that makes sense. I was making fun of you at that point. We're like, really? um, so that rounds out the first set, and then we get our first set break in a couple of days. So finally, a little bit of a dance, a little bit of a break from dancing here in the middle of the show. Much needed at this point, guys.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
it.
good.
Definitely,
I was just ready for more already.
after Poseidon, I definitely was
Good.
one of my favorites.
And
All
I
right.
haven't even checked. We haven't even checked in with you guys. How is your body feeling, just in general, going into night 4? Because this is at this point when you really start to feel it.
I think it's different from me than from him because I'm like usually like boots and this and that. So that day I decided just to wear like flats. So that was the
Yes.
best decision because I was getting tired.
Starts affecting your
Is
wardrobe. I
that
get it.
affected exactly? Yeah. And honestly, just
Comfort.
driving so much also like puts you in a state like you don't get enough sleep, and even if you do sleep, it's not enough. And then you
Right.
dance so much, and then after the show, we go to the hotel room, and we're still like listening to the music and dancing. So it's like
So recap the set from the night before. And
exactly.
oh, they posted it now. Now we can listen to that one from last night.
Right.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
It's a
No,
slippery slope, and then it's 5 a.m. and
Yes.
Yeah.
time to go to bed. All right. Well, let's get to this clip here to start out the second set. Oh, it's just some really, really good shit here.
Okay.
Wow. Man. Um, Scotty.
You got a couple of things going on here where we've heard that DMB Tokyo jump off like that. We've obviously heard Luma into Tokyo plenty of times, but haven't heard kind of the Luma into that new jump off version of Tokyo.
Yep.
That is that's like a neck snapper. It surprises you almost in a seg that is very, very common. That's so cool. That just speaks to this band keeping you guessing this deep into their time. Still having fun with the classics.
It's just more Zach Felmer here, man. Like as much as I want to talk about Phipps from this 5 night run, like as you continue to listen, it's like holy cow. And hey, shout out Jeffrey. First time we're mentioning him on this episode, but some awesome fucking work there during that Luma. And just like that Tokyo drum and bass, every time they play it, it's like just gets more and more jungly. Like Alana is doing some really cool shit with like some open bass notes. Um, yeah, like Luma's another one of those songs right now that I am like really appreciating at this point. Really finding it's speaking to me right now. And this is the first Luma that we saw in almost a year since the Boulder Theater, so the first of 2026. Um, really good shit here, guys. How's the energy getting into the second set?
By then,
Yeah, no, I was feeling kind of tired, but um, a little tired. Where are we at then? So we're at right. That's the
Tokyo.
still right at the beginning. Then you got the Tokyo one.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like this is when I asked her again. I was like, "Is this Tokyo?" And she's like, "No." And then we looked it up. She's like, "This is Tokyo." And I was like, "I haven't heard this in so long."
Yeah.
But no,
Hey,
it was still going. This place was going the whole entire. I feel like this is the like most. I guess the last night was probably the danciest, like all over the place. But this was like definitely the most like up and down. Still the whole
the
entire.
flow of this
Yeah, the
night
flow,
is
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. Oh yeah.
In you, I mean, you look at this show and like the first set on paper looks insane, but then you listen to this second set, and it's like holy fuck, masterful. And to start things off like this, and then back to Human Dreams slash Rave Spell Shit with the Peachtree remix, which is good to see, into this next one which is the first of its kind that we've caught in the wild here. So let's get back to that. Um, electric moment here, and I know this was a favorite moment of your guys is from this
Yeah,
run.
we'll
So
be dancing salsa with it. Just a lot of spinning all the time.
I hear it now. Now that we've got to listen to it, I'm hearing that. Yes.
Jesse, are you nice with salsa dancing now? Has she trained you up?
I could, we definitely dance, but not to like, she moves my hands and like forces me, like, I'm like, "Huh, what?" I told her I'll do classes, but she's definitely like aggressive, and I'll be like, yeah, definitely like, I'm like, you go dance with that person, sure. Like if there's someone that's like another like fancy dancer, I always ask her, I was like,
Fancy dancer.
yeah, are you gonna show me the fancy moves? Like I'll turn around, like I'm pretty sure for like multiple songs this night, I was like, let's see the dance moves. Let's see the dance moves.
Fancy dancer's hilarious. Man, Starter One might be the most interesting song in the rotation right now. I
Well,
mean,
we're calling this is the first one we're seeing outside of the Austin rave spell. So it's
not to be presumptuous, but every other rave spell song that has been played once has been played again.
oh
And
yeah, no, I'm
so,
sure they'll get to all of these for sure. So it's interesting to see as they're being brought in which ones we're seeing first and everything like that. I'm sure we'll get to the Hatchets, the Miatas, the SH1s, the Dust Drum and Bass remix. I'm sure we'll see all of this again. Um, but same 1-2 punch that we saw in Austin, where we start with the Peachtree remix into this. And it comes off of that like Rosa Parks sample and
yeah,
the chopped up Peachtree so well. And like, I mean, in an age where people might be wanting to see more jams and more improv, I mean, like at its core, this is still just like a format for improv at this point. Like
yeah.
they're just going off the cuff here, which is really cool. And man, Hunter Brown here, more
This
just Zach
is
Vollmer, yeah.
I
Go
said
ahead,
my
Jesse.
favorite thing about them that makes me like appreciate this band is that they can play something like this and still be jamming, or still, I mean, even though it's not going completely rogue, they're still, it seems like they're just having a lot of fun playing it. It's
Yep,
really dancey at the same time as being like catchy, and I'm like, damn, I really like it. And it's not a person playing a keyboard or just a computer. It's like a whole group of people making this amazing dance music, and that's where I'm like, that's what separates them, I feel like, in my mind, from a lot of different bands.
yep,
And
yeah. I
and
mean, they're able to pull shit off that just
Oh
simply other
yeah.
people can't.
Yep.
Yeah,
I really like that you bring that up because specifically how much fun they're having because I think during these eras of a lot of new music, whether it's the rave spell or the human dream, there is a section of the community that kind of that's their gripe is too much new stuff. And I think honestly, if you shift the way you look at that, man, do you want to see this band having fun? Do you
yeah,
want to see them at their most
Yeah.
adventurous, most lighthearted, most fuck around and find out mode? Then you do want to see them playing the newer stuff, the stuff that they are excited to explore. That's where these moments are super prevalent. Is in a song like Starter One that has been played one other time, and they sound like they're having fun because they are. They're
yeah.
they're they're very much on the edge of their seats, kind of exploring this with us. I think that's the coolest part about it.
I think
Mhm.
it was very delightful to see them just like see at each other and smile and just see them having fun when they were playing, and like even Phipps was like dancing a little bit and just look at you and just smiles like, oh, I don't see that pretty often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stands up off the stool a
Yes.
little bit.
Yeah.
Kicks
Yep.
around.
When you know it's
Honestly,
good when Phipps is moving for sure. Yeah.
I think this is the first time I've seen him not wear a hat.
Hey,
Well,
yeah,
that's me for
hatless
a while.
Phipps in the
I mean,
wild.
I just don't remember. Like every time I see him, he has a hat. And this, I remember like the second or third show in, I was like, he hasn't had a hat on the whole time.
Yeah, no Beanie. We've been seeing a lot of Beanie Fifths
Yep.
lately.
Oh
He's been
yeah,
on
we
his
have been beanie fips. I've been trying to picture like what has
Yeah,
been
like the
put up
orange
lately.
beanie or the black one or
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking like he's out of Life Aquatic, honestly.
yep.
So, um, but yeah, and then we get into a shorter click lang echo than we've seen recently. This has been anywhere between 12 to 16 minutes recently, and this one is short and sweet, but still a good
You asked which
transition.
one was my favorite song, and I kind of didn't want to say it because there's a little hate of it, but Click Up Link is my favorite
I
song.
I think this fan base has pulled a full 180 on that song recently, Carolina. You might have gotten some hate back in 2015 or 2016 with that, but now people are really coming around on this one. It's always a delight. It's my mom's favorite STS9 song, so it holds a special place in my heart as well. And then we get a B pulse, right? Which is a really good reset, I think, off of this onslaught of dance and high energy songs that we're hearing to start this set. And there was one section of this, Scotty, where I'm like, man, like if we can get more of that during B pulses, I think people are going to be a little bit more excited to hear this song. So, real quick clip from this one. Okay. Okay. Okay, Zach. Okay, Zach. All right. Do you hearing what I'm hearing, Scotty? I'm hearing
I,
a
I
fucking fun.
yeah, I mean, and it's funny with these songs that are more composing heavy, like a B pulse, where you don't see a lot of improv. Man, a lot can be said about just letting Zach Velmer play the drums really good for another 30 seconds or so. Uh, it just, this is a song where 9 times out of 10 I'm like, next, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you get it once, it's like, oh, cool, that's nice. I'll cross that off my list. And every other time, for the most part, it's kind of an afterthought.
Well, for
Um,
years that was tough.
yeah,
For a lot of our STS9 career, that was very few and far between, and a huge bust out for a while. But yeah, it's
So
gotten to a
yeah.
point where yeah,
that was my bathroom break for a little
well, there you
bit.
go. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's cool to see to see any kind of outside of the box with B Pulse, because at its crux it's a really good song. You just don't really see a lot done with it, so you kind of forget it's there. But anytime you can get an extra drum section or any kind of thoughtful exploration of this song, I'd be down for it.
yeah,
It's just so similar every time that it's never the thing that you're excited to run back to post show. But
yeah.
more of this, and that would change.
Yeah, just like when Zach is inspired, the fills are on a different
Yeah.
level for sure. And then cutting room floor material right here, Gob Nugget into Walk the Sky. I mean, this Gob Nugget is fucking nasty. Stank face shit. I heard that you had to explain to Jay what stank face meant recently here, Scotty.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
What it
we
was, we were listening to STS9, and he said, why is your face sad, Dad?" Be- And I think I explained it to him like it's like a sugar rush for your ears, and it makes my face sad, but it makes my body happy. And he
Yeah.
said, that makes sense. I don't know if it actually makes sense. I asked him if that makes sense a lot, so I feel like sometimes he placates me and he's like, yeah, I get it. I don't understand, but
I
it
get
looks
it.
like he does. Yeah.
Or give him an ice cream cone, and next time he's like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's had a brain freeze. He loves brain freeze.
yeah,
He's like
2
gets
ice
a
cream
kick
cones
out of
at once.
those.
You're like, this is like 2 of them.
Yeah, it's like an ear brain freeze. That's another good way to do it. I like that.
Yeah. So we saw some Herbie Hancock teases in this Gob Nugget as well, some Rocket teases, and then a nice segue into Walk the Sky, and then we get a 1-2 punch of Human Dreams to finish the second set with the Year Infinity. And then we saw new songs the first couple nights and half of the third night of the encore. Then they picked things up with an open E with these encore choices, and then we're back on our bullshit for these last 3 nights, like high key to finish things off. Fuck
Point.
yes.
Let's go.
Another
Was that a point? I called high key, didn't I?
Yes, sir. You got Kamwai, Clickling Echo. No, you did not take high
Oh, I
key.
didn't.
Yeah, you just got 2 here, Kamwai and Clickling Echo, and I got 2 as well. It's just 9 inch
Did
best.
you guys think they're gonna play Grizzly at this one?
I did not
No.
have that on my list. No.
Really? I was
Yeah.
like, the one song I was
It
like,
makes,
they're gonna
dude,
play-
it makes
it
sense
makes
with
sense.
Montana. Jesus, wow.
I know, dude. There's so many right there that had never occurred to me. They
Well,
clearly.
I didn't know they were even called the Grizzlies until, and then I didn't know their name is the exact same logo as Grizz too.
Yeah, it does look like
I was like, why
Grizzly.
is Grizz's name on that dome? And I was like, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's
the
their team
Grizz
name.
Dome.
Yeah. No, that's low hanging fruit that we did not pick up on. Damn, yeah, great point there. But let's move into night 3, which I mean, main attraction in our opinion here, Spokane, Washington, and the band's debut in this city. And from the sound of it, seems like they'll be back, but we don't go far for our first clip from this night. Scotty, is there a better way to christen a new city for this band than a Be Nice opener?
Especially like that one. These Be Nice intros are really getting out of hand. I think we need to call the authorities or something here because I mean, no is the answer to your question. Just
Yeah.
kind of,
I think that's a decision.
yeah. I mean, it kind of sets the tone for future meetings with this city, man. I no, I don't think there's a Be Nice might be the best show opener song, period. End of conversation.
Yeah.
It's on the short list for sure. And I can't help but think about, this deep into the band's existence, how cool it is for them to be able to go to a new market, like a new city that they've never played in before, and
Hmm.
what what preparation might look like, as far as set list writing goes for a city that you've never played in when you've got 30 years of music to kind of span through.
I
Albeit the fifth night in a row of music that your band has played too.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting prompt, for this band, and I think, from that perspective, I think they might agree that Be Nice might be the best overall way to open up a show, because you want to put your best foot forward and create a new community of rabid STS9 fans. This is a hell of a way to start.
Carolina, Jesse, any thoughts
I
on
think
starting
it
it
was.
off this week?
I mean, the we all heard what the city was going through with all the fires and
Mhm.
like the feeling inside. It was just like giving them hope
Mm.
when you
What
get there.
was this the show that they did the two for ones?
That was Boise.
That was Boise. Okay.
No, that
Yeah.
wasn't it Spokane?
Was it Spokane? Might have
Yeah,
been Spokane.
it's
Yeah.
the one with the fire. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
And I know that smoke was I mean, that just even if it wasn't directly in that city, I know that whole area is kind of being affected by that. So,
yeah, what
yeah.
happening? Like 600 houses were burned down.
Hmm.
It
Wow.
was. I just think
And
that being nice.
Yeah, so it was for those who could use a night out, tickets for the show are two for one, and a portion of the proceeds will benefit the Home Starts Here Fund and start working in their work supporting the Spokane community. So really
Yeah,
cool.
I had
Yeah.
no idea about that. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Hmm.
man,
Um, and you heard too like that new intro, Scotty, and then
yeah.
you hear like a wave crash before they get into it,
Hmm.
and then they bookend the show with Water Song.
What a cool little
Mm.
Easter egg.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
fucking
that was definitely one of my like I wanted to hear Sky High, and having it as an opener was awesome, but that was my favorite opener. I'd say of
yeah.
the that was the best set overall. I feel like that opener definitely set the tone, and I just love hearing the guitar on that in general. So
It's such an epic guitar line, absolutely. Talk to us about the venue a little bit. Knitting Factory. I know was a Knitting Factory in Boise that they played in. But yeah, how was this room?
It was
um
the one inside, right?
yeah, the Spokane, which how was I don't know how was
The
it?
one with the you cannot drink beer
Oh yeah, yeah,
in the
you couldn't.
pit
One of those.
and
So yeah,
you cannot
that was
eat.
I like bought a beer. I was like, I'll be right back, and then they're like, oh, you can't take it down to the dance floor.
So you have to
I
be in
was
the
like,
back.
Carlita, Carlita.
Yeah, yeah. The pageant in St. Louis is like that as well.
Yeah,
And
that's how
so,
where I grew up. The Royal Oak is like, or it used to be. Some shows are like that, and then Eugene is like that at
yep,
the
McDonald Theater. Yep,
yeah.
yes, absolutely. But guys, I mean, let's talk about the way to open this show. My God, Be
I
Nice.
honestly, I was just like, I don't know,
Oh
just like
yeah.
touching my heart. I was like, this is just so beautiful. And it feels like this is what everyone here in this room needs right now.
Yep. Be Nice Crystal Instrument 1103. What fucking year is it? My God.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That is straight out of the late 2000s. That sounds like a 2007 set list right there.
I mean, and let's
Um,
let's treat Reminisce like the absolute monster that it is.
sure.
Reminisce belongs in this lineup. Let's take it through the first five. Be Nice, Crystal, 1103, Reminisce, Meta Meme.
Yep.
Like
And we've got a short clip from this meta meme of that bad man doing his thing on the keyboards here. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, David Phipps. How many people are playing keys? Like, what the hell? Like, how many arms does this man have?
if Phipps, man, there's just something about Phipps on MetaMeme that you just close those eyes and each member has like the one or two licks that you think of amongst everything else. That do 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 do. That just like
Mm-hmm.
it is like David Phipps' DNA to me.
Mm.
That is what he sounds like when I close my eyes and I think of him. It
What?
just an absolutely iconic song and one that kind of grew on me, honestly, guys. Metameme didn't blow me away for a very long time. I don't remember when I really came around to this song, but now it feels crazy to think that it wasn't ever one of my favorites because there is just so much iconic STS9 going on here.
Quintessential Sector 9 right here.
Yes.
Absolutely. I this is take your breath away, David Phipps, right here. Um, man, and then a 13-minute totem after this. Um, shit,
Oh
dude, this
yeah.
yeah, This first set is just unfucking believable. And then I knew a big highlight for you guys as well. EHM, the Rabble EHM, which is becoming I say it again, quintessential section of music and transitions and segues. How'd this one track?
Oh yeah, no, that was amazing. I didn't they didn't release this one until like a couple days after the set, and then so I didn't really remember it. And then I just finally listened to or like any of these yesterday. And so yeah, that was definitely the best one out of the set I feel like. But no,
Yeah.
I loved it. It was awesome. Did not expect the one to
High.
be
To
into
go
it.
back
Yeah,
to.
to go back to it, but did not expect
Yep.
that at all.
I
Yep.
mean between this totem, which obviously didn't seg into the rabble, but I mean you've got 30 minutes between the totem EHM, the rabble EHM of just fucking pedal to the metal STS9 to close this first set out. This is, I think this is my favorite set of the weekend in terms of the way that it's written. Um, Be Nice, super high energy, Crystal Instrument 1103. Then that Reminisce kind of smooths you out. Metameme is like a really fucking just a very vibey moment, and then 30 minutes of just raging on
Hmm.
a Sunday night to close this out. This is a fucking awesome set.
Good on you, Carolina and Jesse, to go with the age-old adage, do not miss a Sunday show. This is not one to be missed for sure. And then we get into our third soul slap of the week. Hopefully that's the last time that we see this song repeated as
But
much
I
as it
liked it. I
was.
never really
But
listened to it before.
well,
So
now you've heard it. You've
Now,
heard
now
your
I
fair
came out.
share
Now
of
I
it.
came out
Yeah.
of it. I'm like, there's a good version of it, and I actually like the one from the other night.
This Get Loud, some qualms with this Get Loud, Scotty,
Oh,
was
tell me.
the longest jam of the night here. Um,
Wow.
they
14 minutes.
made it, they made a departure from the typical modular line that we've seen from the Get Louds in the last few years, and it was reminiscent of like a 2016 kind of funk jam Get Loud. And they got into this territory towards the end of it, I would say around 12 minutes, and just rip corded so hard out of it. Um, so I would have loved to see them kind of like see that thread through a little bit more. Um, but I mean, still fun to say the least. Like,
That's
um,
hilarious, and it's on almost 14-minute Get Loud. You're like, would have liked to see him open it up a little bit more.
who the fuck am I talking about this? But it was just this like this thread they started to follow, and then they just like it was like new territory where I was like my ears perked up quite a bit, and then they just like landed the plane a little bit too early, I think, on this one. But really cool to see them depart from the typical modular line that they've been working with from this. But what are your guys' feelings on Get Loud?
I I like it as a song 'cause it's definitely like the upbeat, the like funky, dancey.
Hmm.
So I love that part about it, but exactly what you said, like hit it right on the nail is that like it was the same build up a little bit in the middle, maybe changed a tiny bit, and then the ending was always the same that like went into another song. And so
Hmm.
I kind of felt like over it at one point, but no, like I said, this set was amazing, and the song choice and how they blended everything together. And I didn't even realize it was 14 minutes until you said that, and because I was just like, oh, that's another Get Loud. And then I listened to like a little bit of it, and I was like, nah, it's not my favorite because I told you like I didn't get to listen to this set list too much besides for like today on my way home from work and yesterday.
Yeah.
Like I was like, nah, I don't like that song that much. And then
Yeah.
now that yeah, now that I'm like, oh man, there might be some parts in there that I really like.
Oh yeah,
It's a,
absolutely. I mean,
it's a
typically
favorite
that.
over here on Podular.
Yeah, we love the jams that they get into, and it was just like, hey, when they find new territory, I'm excited about Scotty. Let's explore that a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's now I'm able to show a little bit of tough love to Get Loud, which is a good place to be, I think. So
Respect. Respect.
yeah.
Good for you.
All right. Last clip of the night here, guys. We are coming up on 3 hours here, so we're gonna wrap things up pretty shortly. But this oil and water was the list. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, Scotty, you talk about uncharted territory. I
Hmm.
haven't quite heard an oil and water like that.
No. And so no water part, right? And in this, just this kind of replaced the water part.
No, they got into the water section a little bit in the middle of it, but then
Okay.
when they go back to like the oil funk section and then like get into this like spacey. But like that's
Yeah.
another thing. It's like, hey, let's explore that a little for a few more measures, right?
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. I like that territory that they're dipping their toes into. Pretty similar from the Get Louder before, but I think this kind of came full circle a little bit better. And like, I mean, they just nailed the outro with it, with like a little bit of like staggering between Phipps and Hunter. It sounded different. Um, Phipps on the piano here is just like all fucking night. Phipps on the piano, just like blowing me away when I'm listening to this show.
I'm really interested because I was just looking at Carolina's songs that she's gotten in her 15 shows. She's gotten 109 unique songs in that time.
That's
Um, and
insane.
and so a lot of these are a lot of these songs are first taste. Had you heard Oil and Water before this show? Had you found that in your listening, and what were your impressions specifically of this song?
I know I have not, no, definitely not live, and I don't remember listening to it like on Bandcamp or anything like that. I mean, I probably have, but this time when I was there, I I remember thinking the middle part when it's just like so, it sounded like so velvety or buttery.
Mm. Yep.
Velvety.
Then
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
transitioned to a little bit like roughness in it, and I was like, oh my God, this is so. I thought is that the oil and water? But then I heard
Sure, sure. It's that grit and smooth. I love.
Hey, somehow they're making the two mix when they tell you that oil and water don't mix, but I don't know. I've heard enough of where I'm a believer now.
I've heard enough, Your Honor. They mix.
Whenever I hear the song, I just see them mixing together, but never like
Hmm.
combining into like one material, I guess. So
Ooh,
like
I
a
like that.
like a splatter painting kind of art.
Yes, yes, but like coexisting beautifully. I like that.
Yeah.
Balance for sure. Um, man, I love It's All Right, this placement. Um, Soul's
Did we go?
like,
It's all right. And to breathe in. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, yeah. That's a very cool segue as well. I don't know if we've seen that, so that is really cool. And then you
Even
get
even the
the
messaging there. It's all right. Breathe in. It's all
Yeah,
right.
I feel like a lot of the songs where, I mean, we know that they plan it, it's a conscious decision, but
yeah,
the title of the songs for Spokane were just like in point.
Sure. I mean, and
yes.
and then same thing here with presence of light, walk to the light. I mean,
Yep.
Hmm.
cool. Even if they aren't your favorite songs, very very cool messaging here from the start. I mean, you've got the be nice, you got the it's all right, breathe in, presence of light, walk to the light. Just beautiful list writing. Good Easter eggs in.
Hey, and then you finish out with Big Basin, which we've come to learn that this is a song written about the fires that took place that, eventually
Yes.
led to some of their homes being burnt down, right?
Right.
And then Zach gets on the mic before the encore. I'm sure you guys, he was very conscious about like, hey, we didn't know if we were going to be able to pull this off. Thank you guys for coming. It's our first time here. We're going to come back. We know what this is like. This has happened to us. So that decision, Scotty,
Wow.
to play Big Basin there is huge as well. And then, of course, you got to finish with a fucking water song. And like, you hear the wave crash at the beginning of like that Be Nice coming out of like the modular intro. The way they come out of like the love, love, love out of Zach, like where like they cued the like thunder and rain samples while people were like still like saying like love, love, love. Like it was really cool. And like you just heard like the thunder crack and like the rain come down. And then uh I'm biased. The Water Song is my number one favorite song and always will be. I mean, this one was just fucking incredible. Cutting room floor material as well. We've only got so much time. So an incredible way to end it musically, but with the message as well. To hopefully provide as much relief as possible because we know STS9 can control the weather. We've seen it before, so hopefully they bring a little bit of rain to this part of the country as well. But um, guys, how do we feel? I mean, I think
Raining
me and
actually, it rained in our way to
There was
there we
the
go.
after the element it poured. It was
it
crazy.
poured.
Like,
Wow,
Nice.
but
look at
yeah,
that.
they need that one. But yeah, and then on the way home it drizzled and rained. So hopefully they ended up getting some.
Good, good. Um, I think me and Scotty we had talked while these shows were happening. I mean, Spokane takes the cake. You guys seem to be on the same page that I mean, this show is special. This is one of the best shows of the year.
Oh yeah, it was like after the like the kettle house there, I was like, well, that was amazing. Like I just like the performance of it all, and then this one I was like,
Hmm.
this one takes the cake, and I was like, man, this is like when I can't remember which set it was, the first or the second that they played in LA, and I was like, I was just like, wow, that sounds like a new Sound Tribe, or like they feel like
It
they,
keeps getting better and
yeah,
better.
yeah, they added more layers to the layers they already had added onto their songs of layers, and I was like, it felt like all those songs were new, and
Yep.
felt like they
Yeah.
wanted to play them. They wanted to play them all too that night. It really felt like it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they continue to reinvent themselves and debut new versions of themselves and versions of songs and everything. So you guys are hitting that right in the head. But this has been fun, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys were great. Glad you guys made it through this long trek safely and avoided the elements and everything like that and are home safe. But hopefully, you guys have fun.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, we
blast.
did. It was so nice to just like go back and like remembering all those 5 days with you guys. It was an amazing
Hmm.
trip for us. So
Yeah,
thank you.
of course.
Absolutely.
You are welcome back whenever you want, guys. It was a pleasure, and hopefully our paths cross at a show soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm honestly so impressed about how much you know about the band,
Oh
guys.
yeah,
That's
it's
that's
crazy.
amazing. I
Yeah,
aspire to be like that in 5 years.
yeah. I
Uh,
just have a hard time naming songs. I'm like, is it this? And she's like, no. And I'm like,
Yeah, I think I know more names than him.
But I'm the kind of
well,
guy that doesn't
it's
know the streets to get home. I just know how to get home.
sure.
Yes. Hey, I wish I was as good at people's names as I am with STS9 song names. I'll say that much. But thank you guys for joining us.
Oh yeah.
Um, and we've got a little bit of a break now. We've got about a month until our next STS9 show at Nocturnal Valley. So we'll have some fun stuff planned on the program between now and then. But for now, thank you guys for watching and listening, whether you're watching on YouTube, listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Throw us a like, throw us a subscribe, throw us a comment or review if you're feeling nice. Have a great weekend, all. Much love. Best Pats. Peace.
Have a good night.